to other app, go live, go live. Okay. All right. That's working. Mic's working. Game is working. Start this. Okay. We're just going to refresh that page. There we go. Okay. We are a little bit early, but I want to wait, there we go. Yeah, we're a little bit earlier. I want to just take the opportunity to like get set up and everything so that we can just start at 5. Where is there? Send those out. Okay. So in theory, we are here. Hello, welcome in. I have a new setup going on here, so I'm kind of bouncing around. We're going to be starting the game in about 10 minutes or so. I just want to make sure that things look good, sound good. Welcome in. Oh, crap. The only problem with this game is I got to freaking stay clicked into it. We'll be starting in just a few minutes. Hello, hello, welcome in. Thanks for the repost. Thanks for the likes. We're looking at like probably 2, maybe 3 hours of this. Hopefully it sounds okay on everything so far. We'll hang out. All right, thank you, thank you. I think I do remember you. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, yeah. From one of my Lego streams. Yeah, welcome in. Yes. Sorry, it has been a while since I've been on the Red app. I've been trying to figure out some stuff, so... And I got, like, a new thing, so now I can watch chat a little bit better on the side apps. Got the dorm just in time. Yeah! Yeah, I was gonna wait until 5, like, on the dot to get started, so that people had a chance to, like, sift in and everything. But we're playing Storyteller today for a couple of hours. We're gonna see. On the clock app, we still have all of the incentives, so gifts are welcome. Though not necessary. And I have to enjoy my energy drink. How's everybody doing today? I woke up late. I posted on my story on the clock app. I picture of my cat I was cuddling with. Literally stayed in bed until like 2 in the afternoon. I am doing what you was doing. Okay, all right. But yeah, so my watch, I have like this cheap off-brand watch that I bought so that I could get notifications and stuff. Because back when I worked retail, wasn't allowed to be on my phone, but I could use my watch. And because of the time switch yesterday, my watch did not update because it's a cheap off-brand watch. So when I woke up, for the second time today, because I woke up at 5 in the morning and went back to sleep, so it was too early. I thought it was 1 o'clock because my watch said 1 o'clock, but it's actually 2 o'clock. So I was like, okay, I gotta hurry up and do this. So we're here. I went to the store, got like 6 energy drinks and some more brownies, because I like brownies. And I started learning crochet recently, and I found this cute little turtle and this cute little bumblebee at Dollar Tree. So, not sponsored. But they're very cute, so I'm going to try to learn how to do those at some point. Okay. Well, with that, I think... Nice. Yeah, thanks. I've never actually crocheted anything. Like, I mean, I've done... I don't even know where it's at. I've done, like, a little tiny swatch, like that big. And that's about it. So, I'm not super experienced with it. But... gotta learn somehow. May as well learn for a couple bucks instead of, investing a crap load of money into it. Okay, guys. I think we're going to go ahead and just get started. I'm out of conversation already. So this is Storyteller. It does have a narrator, and it is lagging like crazy. Why? It does have a narrator option, but the audio for this game is not... like, the only option I have is to adjust the music. The narrator is freaking loud. And he's funny. It's a great addition to the game, but I personally don't think it's going to be good for audio balance. So we're not using the narrator, unfortunately. But this is Storyteller, a book about building stories. Introduction. At the end of this book lies a crown. It is bestowed only upon the finest storytellers of the realm. Every page is empty save for a title. It is your duty to fill these pages with the most captivating tales. And it's your duty as well, chat, because I am not great with these puzzles. I have beat the main game. That was a long time ago, and it did take me a while. Complete this book and prove yourself worthy of the title of Storyteller. So, everything is set in chapters. This is the chapter Life and Death, chapter 1. This is where we start. Adam starts alone, finds love, and dies happy. Make a story with this title. So, object of the game. He is alone. He is in love. Okay. Pretty simple. I think we can also put Eve there, but that doesn't do anything. Okay. So that's number 1. So, Eve dies heartbroken. Aw. Okay. So we're going to set a scene. Okay. And then we know she's dead here. I think, though... yes. And we can put Adam's ghost, which is hilarious. Alright. So far, so good. I do think the audio is a little bit too loud from the game. And that's going to happen, sorry. We're going to go 3%. I think that's a little better. Seeing the ghost of a lover. Okay, Adam and Eve. Somebody has to go. We'll have it be Adam. And then... like that. Okie dokie. It does get harder, Chad, I promise. Heartbreak with a happy ending. Now, I do believe you can complete them in less storyboards. And later on, there will be multiple... there'll be situations where we're going to be able to do multiple solutions to puzzles. 1 second. Okay. Never happened. Okay, heartbreak with a happy ending. And now we have a revive. Okay. So, there has to be love for there to be heartbreak. And then there has to be also death for there to be heartbreak. And then Adam. Oh, lag. Love that. Adam's back. And then they're in love again. How cute is that? Alright, so that's chapter 1. We have 4 out of 60 crowns. Yay. Alright, chapter 2, Broken Hearts. Recovery. And like I said earlier, it's going fast now. It will slow down significantly here in a little while. Because it does get confusing. Now we got 4 characters to play with. Heartbreak is healed. Okay. So, a wedding. Somebody. And then Heartbreak healed. Now we have a little subcategory without any deaths. So, how do we solve this problem? Okay. What? How do we do that? So they have to be in love. We can't have a death. Would it just be like this? Okay. So he's just upset that he can't have this other person. Alright. And we got a little extra guy. Rejected by own spouse. Okay. So we gotta have a wedding. Edgar and Lenora. And then Lenora has amnesia. And then Edgar also has amnesia? Maybe? And then no. No. Wait a minute. She has amnesia, so maybe she gets married again? And then... Yes. Alright. Very fun. Okay. Unlucky. Everyone rejects Edgar. Now it's getting complicated already. So now we have to figure out how to make all 3 characters reject Edgar somehow. So I think one way would be for these 2 to get married. And then Edgar tries Lenora, heartbroke. Edgar tries Isabel, heartbroke. Isabel unalives. Lenora's aware of it. Lenora marries Bernard. Edgar now is also rejected. Welcome in, Landon. How you doing? Okay. And then grief. I don't even remember. Hi, Mr. Timus. How you doing? Thank you for the heart me. I appreciate it. I don't remember how many chapters there are for this game, though. Well, not much. We're playing Storyteller, another puzzle game. Our brains will be hurting by the end of this, I assure you. Surviving spouse finds comfort. And it tells us here, too, stories can be used with fewer frames. So we can tell the whole story in only 5 frames, in theory. But spouse implies marriage. I like Edgar and Lenora being together. That's cute. Surviving spouse finds comfort, though, is going to be so... We'll have Edgar unalive this time. And then... No. She's gonna see his... No, that does not help either. Just double check to make sure everything's working. Okay, so that is a thing. Oh, surviving spouses. That's important. Because that implies that also these two got married and somebody in this relationship unalived. And now they're together. There we go. We figured it out. Okay, that's chapter 2. Chapter 3, apparitions. But yeah, this game is cute. Edgar shocks himself. So, Edgar unalives, has amnesia, sees himself in the mirror. Makes sense. Shocking. I think I can, yeah. Start clicking that. Heartbroken spouses are reunited. They both have to be heartbroken. So one of them is going to unalive. They're going to revive. Going to be together again. Maybe. They're going to be the other one. No, wait. He's going to unalive, come back, reunited. In the afterlife now, though. Okay. Okay. So... why does that not work? Oh, okay, wait. So she's got to be revived here. And then also... there we go. Perfect. Oh, I just said I got to do the... okay, never mind. Figured out. Next one. Heartbreak for everyone. Oof. Okay. So the easy one is going to be that. So he's heartbroken now. Then I think if one of them unalives, yep. And then revive her, he dies. Perfect. Old heartbroken dog dies happy. Aw. Okay. So. Okay. So it's got to be love. Person. And dog. They love each other. They're awesome. Time goes by. Dog is now old. Dog is now unalived. No. Oh, no. Wait. Other way around. Heartbroken. Revive him. No. Okay. Welcome in, Janessa. How you doing? He's got to be an old dog. He's heartbroken. He can't be heartbroken after that. Hey, I was about to sleep. I saw you streaming for years. Believe in you, buddy. Keep going. I could cheer myself though too. Well, you can cheer for yourself. You need to be your biggest #1 supporter. Otherwise, you can't keep going. So thanks for stopping in, though, and wishing me the best. I believe in you, too. But you should believe in yourself. And cheer for yourself. Because sometimes the hardest thing is just when you have nobody and you still need to do what you like doing. Do it because you like it, though. Not because of anything else. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Alright. Heartbroken dog dies happy. He's gotta be... If we... Oh, it's frozen now. Oof. So, yeah, and if we do this, it doesn't work. Right? So... Hey, good night. Thanks again. I appreciate it. But cheer for yourself. You should be your #1 own supporter. Honestly. You got this. Do that then. And oh, okay. All right. Then there it is. How sad. What a sad story that he passed away. Sad. I mean, it's a happy ending, I guess, but not so happy for Edgar. And there we go. Chapter 3 done. Chapter 4, The Cellar. Ooh, now we get into the whole murder mysteries. Wahaha. Okay. Lenora drinks poison. See, this is what I liked about this game, though, and it's why I bought it, ultimately. The characters actually have to have motivation, just like with a story. So, like, Lenora's not going to drink that poison by herself. She needs a reason to. Like, maybe she gets married to Mr. Edgar, and maybe Edgar unalives. And now she's like, you know what? Poison's not so bad. Don't drink poison, kids. It's not safe or healthy. Bad decision. Double poison. I'm assuming that implies the same person has to drink poison twice? Or 2 people need to drink poison. Married. Somebody passes away. Poison. Revive. Lenora. Edgar. Unalived. Lenora drink poison. Oh, okay, someone drinks poison twice is the other option. Okay, in that case, all we need to do is just revive Edgar, switch these two, switch Edgar. So he's back, and she's still not back, and he's still sad. That's rough. Alright, Isabel is haunted by her husband. Okay, so they have to get married for him to be her husband. They get into a fight. She poisons him. And he dies. And then he scares her. Ah. Yeah, okay, that works. Next. Murder of jealousy. Okay. Marriage. So Edgar and Lenora. But then Isabel wants Edgar. And he's like, no, I have a wife. I have a wife. We cannot do this. This is wrong. So then she grabs the poison and poisons Lenora. But everyone meets their demise. Okay. what he does. Okay, so then does Edgar drink poison? Yes. And then does she also drink poison? Yes. Okay. How sad. How unfortunate does this have to be? But there's chapter 4 done. We are breezing through this. I actually thought this was going to take longer. Beauty, chapter 5. Competition. Although, they did add some levels since the last time I played. They have these, like, devil levels now. When is the next Lego Live? Well, Legos Love, I'll be honest with you. I bought some more Legos. And I was planning on doing one this morning if I would have woke up early enough. But one of the lives we're going to do this little daisies build and this little turtle guy. Because those are cute. And then also if it doesn't fill up the time slot that I want, I also bought the Sally's Nightshade build, which looks really cute. So that'll probably be one stream, most likely. Nice. And then, because I'm a gaming nerd, I also bought the final battle from Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and that'll be its own separate stream at some point. So I have 2 coming up, probably. Well, maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we can do one, depending on how far we get in this. Because if we finish the main game with Storyteller, I'll do it tomorrow, and if not, it'll be on Wednesday. Because Tuesday I have something else coming up that I'm not available. So either Monday or Wednesday, but it is coming soon because I want to build these. Yes, I have not forgot about my Lego community. The problem is I got to figure out where I'm going to put them, though. I have too many as it is. We did finish the career house, too. That's sitting back here. Which, yeah, you can see on the Red app. So, that is also... We did finish that. But there's always Legos. Okay. Which becomes the mirror's favorite? Okay. So, mirror. It's gonna lag for a second. There's a lot going on. This is why I had to get my second computer out. So, mirror. No. Okay, Snow White is the fairest of them all. We all know this. This is just a fact. Which goes to Cauldron. No. Yes. Which goes to Forest. And turns her into a frog. And then the frog is still the fairest of them all. And then she goes back to the cauldron to turn herself back into a pretty witch. And then she's the fairest? Yes. Okay. Curse is lifted. Forest, Kiss, Witch, Snowy, and Prince. So, Witch turns Frog. Witch turns Snowy. Which does what? Okay, they kiss. Which likes him? No. Which does not like... Hi, Bailey. Welcome in. I don't know how to even get them cursed to begin with. She kisses the prince. Tries to kiss Prince. She turns him into Frog. There we go. Frog meets Snow White. Then they kiss. Yay! The curse is lifted. Also, thank you guys for 150 likes over on the clock app. I appreciate it. A kiss and a curse. That sounds like a lot of work. Caffeine. Okay. A kiss and a curse. So. Which goes to Cauldron. Which kisses Prince. Which goes back to Cauldron. Which goes to Forest. Which... No. Which tries to kiss Prince. Prince repulsed. Which turned Prince to Frog. Yes. Nailed it. I'm so good at this. Alright, Tiny gets a kiss. So we have to make sure that this little guy right here, Mr. Tiny, gets a kiss. That's the goal of the game. Okay. If I remember correctly, and it has been a while. Thank you for the share and the repost, Gary. I appreciate it. Also, welcome in. If I remember correctly, we need to turn Tiny and the Prince into a frog. So, which kiss Prince? Which turn Prince to frog? Which kiss Tiny? Lag. Tiny also repulsed by which? Which also turned Tiny to frog. Snow White kiss Tiny. No. Kiss Prince. No. Wait a minute. Okay. Scooch, 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 scooch. Snow White kiss Prince. No. Thank you for the heart, me, Bailey. I appreciate it. No. How about... Tiny is getting a kiss, but I don't understand. Does this need to exist? Yes, it does. Okay. We're gonna just throw everything away. Start over from scratch. Snowy and the Prince love each other. Heartbroken. Frog. Wait, does she just turn Tiny to a frog? No, she likes Tiny. Okay. Kiss. Tiny. Witch. Frog. And then... Tiny. No. Pork chops for dinner and rice. Everyone can grab a plate. I will be there. Just need to start brick square. Nice. Yeah, Gary, we're going to your house for dinner. You've invited us, so it's too late now. Can't go back. I'll have 2 pork chops, thank you. I'm hungry. Although I had a steak sandwich for lunch, dinner, whatever you want to call it. It was delicious. So maybe I can get away with 1 pork chop, is all I'm saying. Okay. So, I gotta figure this out. Use the mirror, maybe, instead of the Prince being kissed. Oh, yeah, I forgot the mirror is even a thing. I just want to see what it does. Okay. Okay, so he just says Ferris to the mall. Wait a minute. Which is pissed. Which turns Snow White into Frog. Tiny. No. Tiny and Prince? No. Wow. Rude. Oh, hi, Ronald. Thanks for the hand hearts. I appreciate it. That means I get to sip some water. Thank you, thank you. refreshing. And thank you for the heart, me. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah, we need A1 sauce for sure. And thank you for the Go Pops, Ronald. I appreciate it. Okay. So, if she turns him into, or her into a frog. Wait a minute. Work without headphones, rip. Yeah, rip indeed. Okay, so if she becomes a frog. This is what I'm thinking. Which tries to kiss Tiny also is rejected. Turns. Wait. We're lagging. We're lagging. Mac and cheese, pork chops tomorrow. It's amazing. It is. That sounds so good. But if we do that, right? And then the prince kisses. No. No. Prince is the fairest of them all. That doesn't help either. How do we get anyone to figure out anything about anything? Maybe. Oh, the two frogs don't want to kiss. Wow, rude. No. No. Shit. This is what I was saying earlier, where it gets complicated. Because now I'm trying to figure this out. Yeah, because we don't have a cauldron, so we can't make the witch pretty. How would the prince find out? Oh, wait, like this? I see. Yes, so now he's like, oh, she's a frog. And then the prince kisses Tiny. There we go. Holy crap. Prince saves Tiny. And then the ungrateful maiden is... Okay, so now we have an alternate one that we gotta do. So, totally told you that. Yes. Okay. But now we have to get ungrateful maiden. Why would Snowy be ungrateful? Just playing. You're not dumb, Gary. Shut up. You're not dumb. Don't talk about my friend like that. Anyway. Okay, so ungrateful maiden has to be... Tiny kissed Snow. Ungrateful because it isn't Prince. I think I have to turn Tiny into a frog now. Like, I think instead of this, we do this. So that both Tiny and the Prince are... Sorry, I meant kiss. So that both Tiny and the Prince are both, like, evil. Or, like, okay, and then we do this, so they're both frogs. He goes like this, and then Tiny and... Okay, so, but Tiny gets a kiss, but not ungrateful. Hey, at least the witch knows what she likes, I guess. Okay. So yeah, we do the mirror. Witch is upset. Witch turns Snowy into a frog. Tiny... That is also... Tiny gets kissed, but not ungrateful maiden. Hmm. Also, Ronald, thank you for the 69 Go Pups. Wait a minute. What if... What if Tiny becomes a frog and Snow becomes a frog? The prince is told, hey... No. That's back. We're back to square one. And she's grateful there. Prince. Rude. Oh. Okay. How are we gonna do this? Panic of Snow. Okay, Why would she be ungrateful? Because I'm thinking... If the prince is aware that Tiny is a frog and Snow is a frog somehow... Yeah, because that doesn't work. Can we make... Can we make the witch aware that... Wait a minute. No. Okay. We're not moving on until we solve this. We're just gonna start from scratch. Tiny gets a kiss. Ungrateful maiden. So we need Snowy to be ungrateful. Snowy is the fairest of them all. The witch is angry because Snow is the fairest, probably. Right? And then... Witch has to turn Snowy into a frog. We know that much, because otherwise she wouldn't be ungrateful. She tries to kiss Tiny. Turns Tiny also into a frog. No, there's not enough squares. How do we do this? Someone tells Tiny she's a frog. Snow and Tiny kiss, then heartbreak. Maybe? You're a frog now. You're a frog, Harry. No, not that. Snowy. Snow White. Okay, I will kiss you. No. It doesn't work. No. Ah! Yes, okay. You were right. Good job. Yes. He went for a second kiss. He read the room, and he was wrong. And he should be embarrassed now. A little bit. Alright, cool. That's beauty. Chapter 6, the manor. Oh, these are fun. Now we get into the murder mystery part of it. Butler's rampage. Okay. Butler, gun. Pew pew, sorry. Butler, that guy. Butler, the Duchess. Dun dun dun. Alright. Duke feels relief. Okay, so Butler takes pew pew. Duke comes. Oh gosh. Where is the pew pew? Butler puts pew pew back. Duke finds his pew pew. Pretty straightforward. Murderer is arrested. Okay. We have pew pew, ballroom, and remorse. Okay, so I think we need to have the butler get the pew pew. The butler needs to pew pew. The butler feels remorse. And then the butler is like, I did it. It was I, the butler, in the ballroom with the pew pew. Yes. Someone gets arrested. Okay. Someone gets arrested. So it could be anybody. I'll try to be back after my nap. No, you're good, Gary. Thanks for stopping in, even for a little bit. I appreciate it. We're gonna get the butler arrested. I like, thanks for sharing it out again, buddy. I appreciate it. Hopefully you feel better. We're going to... No. Okay. No problem. Hope so too. Yeah. I feel better. The Duchess is like, he's gone. Okay. Butler puts the pew pew back. Sherlock investigates. Pew pew? Sherlock arrests the pew pew. I don't think this was even necessary, though. Yeah, we could have done the whole thing in 5. Very cool. Very cool. Oh, someone... So, the pew pew murderer innocent. Okay. So now we're gonna figure out how to get an innocent person arrested. How do we do that? My guess would be he puts it back and then the Duchess touches it. No. No. Okay. The Duchess... No, she doesn't like it. The Duke... the butler. No, so the butler has to be the one that does this. Okay. What about the detective? Nothing. He didn't care. Okay, so butler definitely takes poo-poo. He poo-poo the Duchess. He put the poo-poo back. The Duke find the gun. He loved the gun. He touched the gun. This makes sense. Now the detective investigate. The detective arrest the wrong guy. We did it. I don't know where that accent came from either, by the way. It felt right, you know? Chapter 7, Crown Intrigue. This one has 5 levels. 4 unalives. So, the knight that gets dropped off cliff. Hi, Elijah. Welcome in. And then as a ghost, he drop Baron off cliff. He's played this all the time. Yeah, I played it once before, and there was some interest shown, and I was like, I'll play it again. I like it a lot. And they added devil levels or something, which I haven't done before. So we're just hanging out, having fun. Also, thank you guys for 4.1k likes. I appreciate it. So that happens. That is 2. And then we revive the knight. The knight, for some reason, goes back to the cliff because he is a silly poo-poo. And then, the knight, or the Baron comes back from the dead, and he also is a silly poo-poo, and comes back to the same cliff that keeps unaliving people, and they just keep coming to this cliff for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, there you go. They're all dead now. The queen is rescued. Is the queen... The Baron is like, haha, you have been kidnapped. And then... The knight rescues him. Easy, piece of cake. Wonderful. Wunderbar. Now, she's rescued and married? Or revenge? So, how do we do this? I feel like and married... Pretty straightforward, right? And revenge would be... like days? Okay, simple. Not a problem at all. Everyone sits on a throne. Okay, so obviously we gotta have the queen on the throne. Great. Queen goes to cliff that everybody keeps falling off of, but nobody seems to care about. Does the thing. He is now on the throne. And then, for whatever silly reason, he also goes to the cliff. And the knight is sad. Okay, and then the queen drops him off the cliff. And then he gets the throne. And he's very sad because his queen is not here anymore. Me too, buddy. Usurper is forgiven. Why is there a dog? Why is it queen and dog? Dog accidentally kidnaps the queen. Becomes the throne. Comes back. No. Oh, that's actually a cute story. Dog accidentally kidnaps the queen, takes the crown, sits on the throne, releases her, because he's like, oh no, that's not what I meant to do. She puts him in jail, takes back the throne, and then is like, you know what, you're my dog, I still love you. Get out here. It's just crate training. The queen marries. Okay. So... the Baron disguises himself as a dragon. Kidnaps the queen. Horrible dragon. Terrible, terrible dragon. Bad guy. Horrible, horrible, evil creature. Then the Baron takes off the disguise and saves her. And she's like, my hero. And then they get married. Talk about writing your own future. Anyway. There's chapter 7. Chapter 8. Secrets. Red-handed. Mademoiselle gets arrested. Le pew-pew. Witness. Le pew-pew. Easy. Okay. Butler gets fired. So, Duke likes his gun. We know this. Butler takes it. Oh, nope. Duke is witnessing while the butler has le pipi. Butler returns the pipi. The Duke fires le butler. Easy. Spouse gets vengeance. Okay. Spouse gets vengeance. So we have to have. Unfortunately, the butler is being painted as the villain every single time. Just a little bit messed up, but we're gonna pretend like it's okay. The Duchess witnesses the murder of Le Duc. Butler puts Pipiu away. Nope. No. The Duchess takes Le Pipiu, and the Duchess gets revenge. Awesome. Love it. Duchess gets murderer arrested. Okay, so once again, our butler is the bad guy. Because butlers, apparently. Duchess witnesses. Butler, kaboom. Duchess. Nope. Detective? He puts the pee-pee away, and then he is arrested. But the Duke isn't home. The Duchess gets murder arrested, but the Duke isn't home? What? What does that mean? Why wouldn't he be home? Does that mean the Duke is in the witness hole? Okay, so the Duke plays no part in this. The Duchess gets unalived. And then the Duchess tells on him. Maybe? Nope. Let's put that back, and then let's have the detective look at it. No. So she is not the result of him getting arrested. I see. I understand. Okay. So we got. Well, the Duke isn't out, so the Duke can't be in the picture, but the Duchess has to get him arrested. Do we need to have the detective witness? And then tell him? No. What if the Duke... No, because he's not home. She's gotta get him arrested somehow. Using her own... Is it... like this? Huh. Wait a minute. That doesn't work either. Although I feel like that should. Okay. So we know there has to be the use of a pew pew. That is an essential part of this puzzle. But the Duke isn't home. What if the Duke comes home at the end? What happens there? Nope, he's just mad. Okay, so we don't need him. So, okay. If the Duke's not home, we need the detective to be alive, right? Because then the detective is the one that does the arresting. I don't think the Duchess can arrest anybody. So we need her to be able to tell on him without this situation. Does she need to witness as a ghost? That? No, it doesn't even count as witnessing anybody because she's unalived. We need the witness. And the Duke isn't home, which I think means the Duke is just out of play entirely. Yeah, because, like, if we do this, right? That solves the first puzzle. But then the Duke is in the equation. So we need to tell... Wait a minute. We need to have the butler in there, like that, so that she knows that he has the pew-pew. And then he needs to unalive her. No. Wrong one. There we go. Unalive her. There we go. Okay. So he gets the pew-pew. She sees that he has the pew-pew. She tells the detective. The detective unalives her. And then you are arrested for being a bad person. Good job. Yay, we did it. Chapter 9, Justice. This may not even last for the whole stream time. Nice. Thank you. I appreciate it. Usurper dies. Womp womp. So I think we have to have the queen on the throne. I think we need to have the Baron kidnap the queen. I need to put him on the throne. So he has usurped the throne. And then I think we need the knight to release the queen. The queen... No, the queen kidnaps the Baron. And then the Baron... No. Okay, so we don't need this. Move all these over. In this slot here, she takes the crown back. And then the Baron is just ahead now. Also, thank you, Bailey, for the sip of water. I appreciate it. Refreshing. Thank you. Okay. Oh, by the hands of the knight now is the other thing. Okay. So, in that case... we need to... No. We need the knight to do this. We let the... No. Okay. He's not the king. How How would she... Oh, wait. Okay, no. So he executes the queen. And then the knight kidnaps the baron, takes the throne, executes the baron. There we are. By the hand of the knight. Womp womp. That's rough. Knight loses his head. We got a lot of scenes we can use. So we got kidnap, throne, execute, death, revive. Queen and king. Or queen and knight, sorry. I can read, I promise. Reading is my only skill. Okay. So the queen is on the throne already. Queen dies. Knight is sad. Knight takes throne, but is sad. Queen revives. Queen kidnaps the knight. Takes back the throne. Executes the knight. Which is kind of crap on her part. Like, you died. Let him continue with his job. Execution. Wedding, kidnap, execute, amnesia, queen, and baron. Okay. So the baron's gonna kidnap the queen. She's going to have amnesia. The baron is going to release the queen. They're going to get married. She is going to kidnap the baron. No. She's going to have amnesia again? And then she's going to execute him? No. No, they're in good standings. Okay. How do we get them to remember? We need them to remember. I don't think the wedding needs to happen, really, right? Also, I don't think he needs to execute her. Or she needs to, yeah. No. Oh, yeah, so they do need to get married so that he can get the crown, and then he executes her. There we go. And that's the execution of the queen. But then we gotta figure out how to get the baron executed. Okay. Which... we remove that. He has amnesia. She's released. And then she executes him. There we go. Okay. Queen beheads all men. That's rough. We have a throne, wedding, execute, cliff, revive, queen, knight, and baron. So, can she just execute the baron outright? No. Okay. That's good to know. So, we're going to go ahead and say that the baron is going to push the queen off a cliff, take the throne. She's going to revive. She's going to push him off a cliff. Or no, she needs to behead them. Nope. Okay, I think I've started this off on the wrong foot. So what if they get married? No. No. Also, that music is a vibe. Okay. Queen beheads all men. Queen beheads all men. Can the knight push the baron off a cliff? No, but the baron can push a knight off a cliff. Okay, if that happens, can the queen execute the baron? No. Can the knight appear in front of the queen and then the queen executes the baron? No. Okay. That is good to know. That is good to know. Very good to know indeed. It doesn't help me very much, but it's good to know. Queen Gentleman. There's no kidnap this time, which makes it hard. So we need to... She doesn't just want to execute anybody. Right? Okay. Throne. Can we put the baron in there too? No. Okay. That doesn't work the way I wanted it to. Heartbroken. Why is Dallas trying to text me right this moment? Okay. So. Has anyone got any ideas? Maybe... Okay, wait. Maybe we start with the baron pushes the queen off the cliff. And then the queen revives. And then the queen takes the throne back. Executes the baron. Nope. The baron. Here we go. So that's the first one. And then... How do we get her to want to execute the knight, though? Oh, they're in good standing still. So the knight has to do something to really tick her off, too. Oh, wait. Duh. The knight has to take the throne. Yes. So then she comes back. She's PO'd. She takes back the throne. No. Does she have to push him off a cliff? Does that count as executing him? That doesn't work anyway. 'Cause now we don't have enough space. It says Dallas is typing, but I don't know if he's still typing. Take out the fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one? Oh, yeah. Okay. And now we have the space. Thank you for the heart, McClassy. I appreciate it. And the Go Pop. I appreciate it. Okay, so then, yeah, if we do that, she takes the throne back. And then she executes the Baron. And does that count? No, because he's not beheaded. How do we do these? Unless the Baron takes over here, in which case... No, because then there's no reason for her to be mad at the knight. The knight's got to take over the throne. She's already mad at the Baron, right? That makes logical sense. She's going to come back. Throne does not have a crown because the knight has it. She's going to marry the knight to get the crown back and then execute the knight and then execute the Baron. There we go. Holy moly. She had to get married. Let that be a lesson, kids. Get married. There's always a chance you'll get beheaded by your wife. That's not true. Alright, next one. That was chapter 9. We did it. Chapter 10, Genesis. Closest thing I'll get to head. Oof, classy. Oof. Okay. Temptation. Eve rejects apple. Okay. Don't eat the apple. Nope. She did not reject the apple. That's no bueno. Don't eat the apple. Adam eats the apple. Adam is smote. No. Okay. Also, I like how Judgment is just a fucking protractor with an eyeball. Or a compass. Compass? Protractor? It's a fucking math tool. It's silly. That's the point. It's silly. Okay. So, Adam eats apple. Judgment smites Adam. Eve does not want apple now. There we go. God is happy at everyone. Okay. Don't eat the apple. He eats the apple. Smote. Eve's also there. Because she can be. Also, thank you guys for 8k likes. I appreciate it. 8.1k likes. Smote. Eve is like, no thank you. Temptation? No thank you. Revive Adam? Is he gonna smite him again? That'd be funny. No apple. Okay. That did not work the way that I thought it would. Okay, he's happy at Eve. For not eating the apple. We don't need this, right? So, Adam eats the apple. Smote. Eve says no thanks. He's back. He also rejects the apple. Wait, I just gotta do this. There we go. Yeah. So he comes back. He's also like, no, I saw what happened last time I did that. God's like, alright, cool. Adam watches his love die. Oh, how sad. So, love. Adam and Eve, they are in love. Eve is tempted. Adam is like, hi. Because of him? What? Okay. So that was piece of cake. And also very sad. And also accurate. But, okay. So now it's because of him. Why? What does he do? That would... Okay. How are we gonna do this? do we make it Adam's fault? That's the question. How do we make this Adam's fault? Does he also eat the apple? Nope, they both died. Oh, wait a minute. There you go. That's gonna go back here, right? Adam is gonna get smote by himself. And then Adam is gonna get revived. And now she's getting smote, and it's his fault. That makes sense now. And that's interesting. Frederick takes revenge. Okay. Interessante. So. Is Frederick gonna fight God? Is that what we're trying to do here? So, Frederick and Eve are in love. Which is crazy. Eve eats the apple. Frederick watches God smite Eve. Hi, Dallas. How are you? Frederick gets a pew-pew. Frederick shoots God. Frickin' wild. This game is wild. But also me too, Frederick. Me too. You're tired? I think we're all tired. You know, you did lose an hour of sleep from spring ahead, so spring forward. Chapter 11, The King. Cyclic, mutually toxic love affair. We have too much experience with this, I think, in the world. So. They are in love. They fight. She has amnesia. He also has amnesia. They are in love. They fight. Yep. Too real. Double execution. The king is cheating on the queen. So the queen beheads the maid, and then the queen beheads the king, because how dare he? Where the king takes revenge. Uh-huh. So we just do one of these. There you go. Piece of cake. He's like, I love that maid more than you, lady. You deserve this. 3 heads roll. Okay. We got the queen, the king, the knight, and the baron. Kidnap, execute, and affair. So. The baron kidnaps the king. The queen has an affair. No. No. The queen executes the baron? No. What if the queen finds out that the king is kidnapped? Baron is dead. Okay. Then, if the knight and the queen... No. No. And if the knight kidnap... Nope. Nope. Alright, everybody likes each other. This is a problem. We need the Baron to be the agent of chaos here. And do evil things for me. He needs to be my favorite little villain. And do villainous stuff. So, how do we fit an affair into this? The king sees the queen... No. The king sees the queen and the knight. The knight is professing his love. So then the king beheads the knight. No. The queen beheads the knight. No. The king does not seem to give a shit if The queen is seeing the knight because the knight was rejected. Although she doesn't seem like she's too upset about this. So what if the Baron kidnaps the king? He's out of the picture. Now, start from scratch. We need to figure out the affair thing, I think. I think that's the key here. I think that is the key to this process. Hopefully, maybe. How do we... Like, if the queen and the king are madly in love and the baron is there, does he give a shit? Does the knight give a shit? Okay, the knight is sad. Now, if the knight is sad, will he kidnap somebody? No. Okay, where the baron kidnaps the queen instead and the knight saves her. Yes, that would actually work. That happens. Knight saves her. She is in... Okay, yep. And then, now there's an affair. She loves him. And the king's like, oh, fuck you, buddy. Now he cares. Also, hi, Shauna. Yep, king catches him. And then, the king executes the baron. No, the queen executes the baron for kidnapping. And then the king executes the knight. And then the king also executes the queen. Because she's a cheating hoe. Yes. Alright, rags to royalty. So, we have an affair, a kidnap, an execute, a wedding. And then the king, the queen, and the maid. So... I like the idea of there being an actual affair going on. I don't know if it's actually important, but we're gonna have them hanging out. The queen kidnaps the maid. She's like, fuck you, that's my man, right? The king releases the maid, because he's like, actually, you're kind of cute. I'd hit that. And then, he's mad at the queen. So he executes the queen. And then he marries the maid. Bravissimo. I did it. We did it. Baron rules alone. Okay. We got a baron, a king, a queen, and a maid. So, will the baron and the maid get married? No. Because the maid likes the king. And that is it. Okay. So, what if the baron kills the king and then tries to marry the queen? No, that did not work. Okay. What if the baron... What if the queen kidnaps the maid? No, they're in good standing in this story, apparently. Damn them for liking each other. Alright. What if the... So you have a cliff instead of an execution, which tells me this is not an official matter. But what if we do... The Baron unalives the king. Unalives the queen. Gets married to the maid? No. He wants the crown. How is he supposed to get the... He's supposed to get the crown by marrying... Is he going to marry the king? Would he marry the king? Is that an option, do you think? It's a very forward-thinking game. Okay. Nope. King's not into that. The maid, though, is also. And then he kills the king. And then he marries the maid. And then he kills the maid. There we go. We got there in the end. That was chapter 11. Chapter 12, monsters. Bernard drinks poison. Okay. Bernard, Juliet, love each other, right? Moon, Bernard. He become a wolf man. Wolf man, eat Juliet. Moon happen. He back to who man? Bernard see ghost, or I guess bottom half of Juliet. Bernard drink poison. I would too, in that situation. Pet comes back to life to enact revenge. We have an affair, a revive, a cliff, and then Bernard, Isabel, and dog. Woof. All right. Dog does not seem bothered by them loving each other, which is good. It's a good sign. Very healthy relationship with the dog. Love that. Dog gets pushed off cliff by... Okay. Isabel is upset because Bernard loves the dog. Bernard is upset because No. Okay, none of these situations right now indicate that Isabel would... I mean, I think Isabel is most likely the one who would push the dog off the cliff. I think. Based on that expression right there. But also, I don't know. Because with the affair thing going on... Yeah. Comes back to life to enact revenge. What if we do this? Now she's upset. She loves him, but now he loves the dog more. Now she kicks the dog off, which is messed up. Dog comes back to life because all dogs go to heaven. And then the dog goes, screw you, lady. Nailed it. Queen gets Baron arrested. Okay. We have a disguise in the ballroom, and then Baron, detective, and the Queen. Baron gets in disguise. Baron... Nope. Baron is scary. Rah. She's like, detective, there's a dragon. What? We need to do something about this. Baron goes, there's no dragon. And then the detective sees the Baron and doesn't give a shit. Because then the Queen sees the disguise and doesn't give a shit. What if she sees it up there? Huh? She legitimately does not care. What if the detective sees? No, does not care. Could care less, in fact. Okay, by the way, so she tells the Baron. And then the Baron talks to the detective? And they make awkward eye contact, like most adult males who have nothing to talk about. Okay, so she's like, oh, there's a dragon. Still. How do we prove that it's the Baron? That's the question. It's gotta be... Yeah. So she's gotta see the Baron outside a costume somehow. She literally does not care about the costume. Tells the detective and the detective finds the costume. Maybe? Maybe? So we do like that. And then... Detective... Baron puts the costume back. Ah, yes, 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 yes. And then... You're under arrest for being green. How dare you be a lizard, sir? Cursed of Vampirism. Yes, thank you, Bailey. I probably would not have figured that out for another 20 minutes or so, so I appreciate it. Alright. Cursed of Vampirism. Which is not how you would say that, but that's okay. Okay. Crypt. Dracula. Mina. Or John. Knight. Dracula. Mina. Crypt. Mina. John. Knight. Mina. John. Crypt. John. Dracula. Crypt. Mina. Well, they're all vampires now, but it doesn't work. Oh, sorry. Fucking, I don't know how to read today. It says cured of vampirism. That is how you would say that. Why didn't anyone correct me? You're just gonna let me sit here and look like an idiot? We got it, though. Monster is slain. Forest, Moon, Disguise, Professor, Bernard, and Baron. Yeah. At least you got it. Yeah, you're right. You're right. We got there in the end, but still. Alright. Bernard is a werewolf. He eats the Baron. The monster is slain, right? No, that's not how that works. Okay. I would argue that the Baron is basically a monster. Disguise. Baron is in disguise. The Baron, as a dragon, comes to the forest, scares Bernard. Bernard goes to the professor, who gives him a pew-pew. He goes back into the woods. Says, screw you. Dragon dies. Alright, now we gotta do the alternative, which is the werewolf dies, which is boop. Boop. Nope. There seems to be a bit of a problem here. How do we do this? Wait a minute. Baron gets in disguise. Full moon happens. Dragon and a werewolf in the same room. Won't hurt each other, right? They're both scary monsters. Yeah. Baron takes off disguise. Goes to Professor. Hey man, saw a werewolf. Boom. There we go. That's chapter 12. Chapter 13, drama. Narcissus. The mirror praises everyone. Okay. She's the fairest of them all. Angry. Is upset about that. Killed her. He's the fairest of them all. Froggy's upset about it. Nope. We don't need that one, right? That works. Froggy's upset. Froggy does not care, though. But that's because Peachy is going to end him. Now, Froggy is the fairest of them all. How cute. Okay. Haiti murders father and marries mother. Oof. Some Alabama shit right there. Okay. Family tree. I am your parent. So, we're going to make... Peachy is going to be... Hades' mother. Peachy is going to marry Tiny. Nope. Cliff. Haiti is going to murder Tiny. After trying to marry his own mother. No. Okay, this is going later, obviously. So they get married. Hades mad. Unalives him. Wedding. Haiti marries Peachy. We do one of these. I am... No, it's gotta go... There we go. Haiti, I am your father. I don't understand how this confusion would happen, though, because if he is... Unless this has gotta go earlier. Like that. Okay, yeah. So he's like, I'm your dad. Marries this lady. He's like, oh, but I like her too. Kills his dad. Marries, but I'm your mom. Okay. I guess that kind of makes sense. That's still weird. Tiny murders his brother to avenge his father. Okay. So we're gonna say Greenie is the... I'm your father. Yes. There's going to be... Also, Greenie is Hades. I'm also your father, right? There's going to be a fight between Haiti and Greenie. Greenie gets pushed off a cliff, as one does. Crap. Ba-da! Right? There's going to be a seance where Greenie is going to tell Tiny, oh yes, Haiti did it. And then Tiny is going to murder Haiti. Nailed it. Haiti is murdered by his daughter. Okay. That is complicated at best. Got family, affair, cliff, seance, and then Haiti, Peachy, Bluey, Tiny, Greenie. Which is only 5 of the dwarves, admittedly. Also, thank you guys for 13K likes. I appreciate it. Hmm. Okay, so we gotta have... Haiti is the parent of Peachy. We know Peachy's a girl. Certifiably, Peachy is a female dwarf. Okay. Haiti witnesses that Bluey and Greenie know. Yes, so Haiti witnesses that Peachy, his daughter, is courting Bluey, who I can only think of the dog from the Disney Channel when I say Bluey. But then Haiti also witnesses that Peachy, who loves... Or no, the Bluey, who loves Peachy, is also in an affair with Tiny. The scandal. So, Haiti, being a good dad, kills Bluey. Screw Bluey, he's an asshole. Then, Peachy finds out that Bluey was killed by her dad. And she goes, Dad, that's not cool. But Dad, I love him. And then she kills him. And we actually got both at the same time. Good for us. But Dad, I love him. And then she's now dadless and dating a whore. So Tiny and Haiti wait forever. Both leave and return. So stupid. Big ripple mouth, yeah. Look at that, we did it. Novels, the final chapter. Oh, guys, this is the end of the main stories. Unfortunately, this game is very short. I wish it was longer. But, so we have the mad husband. Edgar murders his wife. Okay. So Edgar's marrying Lenora. And then Lenora cheats on him. No. Lenora doesn't care about anything. Isabel wants to marry Lenora as well. And is now jealous, so she's going to make Edgar drink poison. There is a seance where she sees that he is no more. No, that's not good, actually. Lenora and Isabel get married because Edgar's out of the picture. And then Edgar talks to... No. Talks to... Nope. Shit. Alright. Try this again. Okay, good. Edgar does not have motivation. Okay. But we're gonna try to kill Lenora. She's drinking wine. She's living her best life right now. Just wait. There's a seance where Edgar and Isabel... No. Edgar and Lenora... Thank you for the go pops. I appreciate it. How is this gonna work? Okay, but that doesn't make sense. She murders herself, basically? That doesn't... Alright. Scrap that. Thank you guys for all the go pops. I appreciate it. Also, welcome back, Ronald. So, how is this gonna work? I imagine that he has to see Lenora and be... Like, after they get married, though? Like, if Lenora gets married to Isabel, that doesn't change the way that Lenora feels about this whole situation. It's kind of frustrating, because I need there to be a solution to this problem. Kind of, sort of. And we know that Edgar cannot poison the wine. He's motivated to poison Lenora, though. Or Isabel. Isabel. I think we're going about this the wrong way. We're going to go back to square one. He gets married. Why would he want to murder his wife? Maybe because there's another woman. Or maybe... these two get married. And then he wants to marry Lenora. But Lenora's like, I am bisexual. And I like you, but not enough to cheat on my wife. And he goes, okay. Problem solved. Nope. Never mind. He goes, problem solved. I'll drink wine. Or poison. And end it all. And then there's a seance. And Isabel is like, oh, there's a ghost. And Lenora's also like, ah, there's a ghost. No, that doesn't work. Okay. He's heartbroken. But not heartbroken enough to want to murder in the way that... Like, she's just, like, I'm going to do evil things. So I think that's closer to the solution. Because then she... Okay, but if she's inclined to do that, maybe we do this. And she's just heartbroken, right? And then she wants to poison her. Right? Wait a minute. Okay, I think I see what's going on here. So if Lenora and Isabel get married, and then Edgar wants to marry Lenora, and he's heartbroken, when he drinks the wine, he will unalive himself. No. What if there's poison in front of it? And what if he'll drink poison that way? Okay, so he is not alive now. Then, what if Isabel wants to poison her wife? Why is Isabel so... Isabel gets jealous and poisons the other girl. Maybe. Mayhap. But the problem with that, though, right? What if she gets jealous of Edgar? And kills her. And then Edgar marries Isabel. No? Okay, wait. Yeah. So Isabel wants to marry her. Does that. They fall in love. They do a seance. He finds out. I think we're getting there, chat. He finds out that evil bitch. And then he gets the poison and he kills Isabel. That was a freaking struggle, but we got there. But now Edgar's all alone. Poor Edgar. Alright. Duke shoots detective to avoid prison. This is rough. Okay. Duke, take gun. Duchess doesn't want anything to do with the gun. Okay. 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 Ballroom. King and the Duchess flirting it up. And the Duke witnesses. And he's angry. So he gets the pew pew. Right? And then he pew pews the king. In cold blood. Okay? Then the detective sees the king. And also, the Duke witnesses this, and he's aware. So then, the Duke... No. Wait a minute. Duke puts the pew pew back. The detective looks at the pew pew. The Duke retrieves the pew pew. No. I like the first half of this. I don't think he puts the pew pew away. I think he witnesses this happening. And then... No. Why would he... I feel like he needs to be a witness. But also, I'm not sure. Like, I like the idea of he puts the thing back, there's fingerprints to incriminate him, and then he takes it back, but that doesn't work. You know? Interesting. Interesting. Okay, how do we do this? Wait a minute. Duchess sees that he is... Wait a minute. Wait. The Duchess witnesses the kaboom, right? And then the Duchess tells on him about the thing. And then... And the Duke witnesses that. So he knows he's been had. There we go. It's just a bunch of back and forth between spying on each other like little creeps through the walls. So the Duke witnesses that the king and the Duchess are flirting. He gets angry, grabs his pew-pew. The Duchess is now watching as he pews the king. And then he goes back to watch and sees that she is telling on him, and then he pew-pews the detective. Unfaithful husband punished. Okay. We have a wedding, a cauldron, a mirror, a forest, a kiss, the witch, the prince, and Snowy. Okay. Unfaithful husband. Wedding. Prince and Snowy. They are in love. The witch is like, how dare you? So then she goes to the cauldron and makes herself ugly. And turns Snow White into a frog. And then he's back to beautiful. The prince becomes aware of Snow White being a frog. And instead of kissing the frog, he kisses the witch instead. And then... no, that did not work. What if the witch sees her? Is she like, haha, he kissed me, you motherfucker? Nope. Okay. But he kisses this lady, and I know that's going to be the problem. Would the mirror tell Snowy? No. Mirror doesn't give two shits. Okay. I think I'm married though. What if he tries to kiss her earlier? Oh, they can kiss like right off the bat. Okay. Wait a minute. That changes things. So he marries Snow White and then they kiss. And then how does she find out about that? How does this happen? Cauldron. How do we do this? They're married, he cheated. How does Snow White find out? If they kiss, does that mean they will also get married? No. Oh, wait. What if... can they get married right off the bat? Okay, so they get married. And then he goes into the forest and he sees Snow White and he goes, damn, she fine. So then he kisses Snow White. And the witch finds out from the mirror. Or from talking to the prince. No. Okay. So she finds out from the mirror, and she's like, that bitch. So she goes and cauldrons herself. And then she goes into the woods, and she finds Snow White. No. She finds the prince. She tries to kiss the prince. Turns him to a frog. The math is not mathing, chat. So, married. We probably don't need this. Cheats. How do the witch find out about the cheating? They need to get married, too. No. Heartbroken. What if now? He's unfaithful, though, so... right? Because he kissed Snow. We agree that's unfaithful. We don't need that, I don't think. Okay, so how do we get... Also, would turning him into a frog be considered punishment? That I'm not sure of. Maybe she turns Snow White into... as well. She's mad at him. Turns him into a frog. Okay, this has gone way off the rails, and I don't understand why. Back to basics. They get married. Husband. He cheats on her with Snow. Does the mirror have any effect here? No. Does it have a different effect there? No. I don't know why we have the mirror. Maybe she knows about Snow White here, marries the prince. Maybe... Snow White, cauldron, Snow is frog. Boop, right? Marries prince. Nope. Got a cauldron again. Marries prince. Nope. Meets frog. Frog says, I am beautiful. Right? Kisses frog. Which is upset. Which is not upset. We don't need the mirror. I've decided that we don't need the mirror. All of this can still happen without the mirror. And then he... Wait a minute. No, we need the mirror. She has to turn into a frog. Fuck. How does that work? But that was the answer. As far as the mirror plus this equals... She turns to a frog, so she knows that he cheated. The question becomes, what don't we need? We need her to confess that she's a frog. We need the wedding for that outcome. We need her to turn back, otherwise she's too ugly for the prince. She needs to be... ugly. Shit. She needs to be ugly so that we can turn her into a frog. Right? Yeah, because we need to have the mirror in there as well. Would she... That's the thing, we need one more panel so we can turn him into a frog. After this point. Wait a minute. Why am I complicating things? She marries him while she's beautiful up here, and then turns into an ugly person. Frogs her. He meets the frog. Kisses the frog. Shit. Kisses the frog. She's upset because, wait a minute, that was my man, and you kissed him? Turns her back into a frog. And then turns him also into a frog. Why did I make that so hard on myself? Holy crap. There we go. That's the story. She just becomes evil very early on and stays evil. Knight and maid murder the monarchs and have an affair. Holy crap. This is Game of Thrones. Alright. So. The maid and the knight are both respectively love different people. So, the king and the maid are in love, and the queen is upset about it. But the queen decides to, instead of taking it out on the maid, to take it out on the king. Right? Because he's a butthole. So then, the queen and the knight... No. Nope. Alright. Never mind. That didn't last very long. Okay. So, they have an affair, though. Right? Which upsets them. So maybe the queen kidnaps the maid, which the king is upset about. So the king frees the maid, and the king decides to push the queen off the cliff. He's like, fuck you, right? So then, the king is having an affair with the maid again. And the knight doesn't give two shits, because he's an idiot. So instead... We need to get the knight to... Wait a minute. We do this, right? And then the knight gets rid... Nope. Because he's loyal to his king. Loyal to a fault, I tell you. Alright. So, instead... We need... Okay, so I think maybe we were right with the king is having an affair on the maid. The queen... gets rid of the king, because she's like, idiot man, whatever. And then... the knight... Really? So then he decides to get rid of the queen, because she breaks his heart. No. Okay. So we have a heartbroken knight that we don't need, probably. This is probably not necessarily... What if... We need the maid to live, right? So what if, instead, we go back with the kidnapping strategy of the queen kidnaps him, and instead of the king finding him, what if the knight finds her, and she's like, the queen did this to me, and so then the knight is okay with pushing the queen off a cliff? But the queen will push the king off the cliff. Okay. And then the knight and the maid... Okay, no, this has to happen this way. So, but she's like, no, the queen did this to me. And he's like, oh, okay, fine. What if the knight catches this affair instead? He's pissed off. So he tells the queen. No. But the knight is mad about the king and the maid being a thing because of the queen. So this is maybe important. What if the queen also witnesses the king and the maid having an affair, right? So this happens, and then the king is pushed off by the knight, right? And then the knight finds the maid, and the knight is like, fine, I'll push the queen off too. Or maybe the maid is like, I'll push the queen off too. Yes. And then they get together. Nope. There we go. Holy moly. So, the queen watches as the king and the maid have an affair. And then the knight also sees this from a different bush, but even though it looks like the same angle. Don't worry about that. Then the queen kidnaps the maid because she's like, screw you, screwing around with my man. And then the knight is mad because how dare you, the queen is amazing. So he gets rid of the king, saves the maid. The maid goes, screw the queen, she's a bitch. And then the maid and the knight are like, you know what? You guys aren't bad. End of story. We did it, chat. The final chapter. Ceremony. We got the crown, everybody! Yay! I am the wearing of the crown now. But now we've unlocked this. Epilogue. Marvelous. Throughout these pages, you've created tales of love, ambition, intrigue, and vengeance. You've proven yourself worthy to the crown and the title of Storyteller. Now it is time to close this book, ponder about the possibilities of the future, and go fill the pages of your own story. The end. It is not the end? Oh no! Alright, what is this? So now there is devil levels. Alright, so now we can click on this. Devil makes everyone miserable. So now we've got a devil. Yeah! I've never done this stuff before. I got to the end, like, years ago. So now, devil makes everyone miserable. So, devil's like, haha, screw you. Nope. Devil's like, aha, screw you too. How is he gonna make everyone miserable? Okay, they're in love. He spray paints that Eve is dead. And then Eve, he spray paints that Adam is dead. Awesome. So we did the devil level. Nice. So now we gotta flip through and find all the devil levels. Grief. Spouses reject each other. Okay. So how do we do this one? So Edgar is married to Lenora. Instead of Edgar actually dying, we're gonna use the devil, right? And then these two are married, and instead of her actually dying, we'll use the devil. And then, hey, she's not dead. Okay. Wait. So Edgar is not dead, but she thinks he's dead. So she's going to cheat on Edgar. Sorry. Cheat on Edgar? Yes. And then Edgar thinks that she's dead. So Edgar is going to cheat on her. And then they're both going to see each other and be like, what? No, I thought you were dead. Yeah, okay. There you go. Problem solved. There's that one. And we got Calamity. Everyone dies sad. That's just true, game. You don't need to tell us that. So then he's sad. She doesn't need to be. We're gonna move this down here. Okay. We're gonna have. She's sad already. We're gonna do this. Edgar, that. So he's sad. So he is now sad. And then if we just have this guy die, there we go. Everyone dies sad. Which is just true. There we go. We got tragedy. Haunted for murder. Okay. Okay. How do we... Okay, so the devil... Okay, so Edgar is in love with Lenora. The devil convinces Edgar that Lenora is dead. The devil spikes the poison so that it's now a fireball potion. Edgar drinks it. Lenora's not dead, but Edgar just can't keep his indigestion down and accidentally bursts her into flames, and then he gets haunted for it. As one does. Duplicity. Heartbroken frog. Okay, how do we make him a frog? What if we do... Oh, now she's a frog. And now she can't kiss him because she is now a frog and he does not love her. Cute. Fingerprints. Butler gets shot. Okay. Okay. So the devil turns it into a different pew pew. And it's a toy gun now. Okay, so now the devil puts that back. The Duke will take it. And then the Duke enacts his revenge. Haha. There's none here. There's one here, which is revenge. Duke shoots his wife. Okay. Okay, she still wants nothing to do with it. How are we gonna get that to happen? Okay, wait. Is the Duke gonna witness that she touched his gun? I keep saying that word. I shouldn't. Okay. Wait a minute. Why are you not putting the thing back? Okay. I don't have enough things for this. Okay. Wait a minute. So, the devil... Okay. Alright. We need to include this here. So... what happens if we put the devil after the... Oh, he didn't know what to do. I see. Wait. What if the Duke goes... Where is my pew-pew? And then the butler... or the devil returns it. Or no, okay, no. The butler grabs this one. Attempts to pew the Duchess. Which upsets her. Devil returns it. No, I still have this issue of there's not enough space. Because then we can do this, but then we don't have the shooting. The pewing. The poo-pooing. Yeah, because she wants nothing to do with that. And even if the devil does his thing, she wants nothing to do with it. The only time she cares is after the butler has done something with it and is brandishing it and tries to use it on her. Alright, we're clearing the board again. We're gonna figure this out. There can't be too many of these, so I'm gonna try to finish this whole thing today. If we can. So I think we need... the Duke likes his gun, right? He notices that it's been switched, right? The butler takes this. The devil returns. Or there needs... okay, so there can only be one pew-pew in play. How do we do this? returns it. The butler takes it. What happens? Okay, if he's in the ballroom or the thing, what happens if he witnesses? Okay, he just scares people. So that is maybe a clue to the puzzle. I have no clue right now either. I have no idea. I'm lost. I'm very lost. I'm gonna clear it and then go back. And it won't reset. Okay. So if he's in the ballroom, he'll scare somebody. Like the butler. Oh, okay. So if we do that, she takes the pew. The Duke notices that it's gone. Wait, no. Duke gets upset. Duke takes the pew. Okay. Comes back into the ballroom. Does that. No. Unless... So now I'm trying to figure out, how do we get... What if it is the Duchess? She takes the pew. She shoots at Devil. Return. The Duke notices that it's gone. Witnesses that she has the pew and is angry. Or maybe we don't even need a witness. Maybe he just sees... No, because then she can defend herself. And be like, no, I saw a demon. It's not what it looks like. I would never. But then if she puts it back... I feel like the devil witnessing has something to do with it. Maybe? Maybe. See, if his witnessing, he's mad. But then if anybody else is there, she's like, no, it's the devil. And then if the devil's there, he's like, no, that's a devil. Ah, right? And then that she's just scared. Maybe it is that the Duke witnesses, and then the devil is witnessing, and the Duke is like, oh crap, there's a thing. I don't know. I feel like it's going to take all 6 slots, too, though. The butler's just like, I don't get paid enough for this shit. Ooh. Aha. Okay, so he witnesses the devil. He gets his pew. The devil is witnessing while he's talking to the Duchess. the Duchess goes to witness to see where the devil was at, and then he sees the eyes behind the painting, and kaboomy. Very nice. There's none here. We got one here on Genesis, which is Adam dies twice. Okay. Okay, so now I'm curious, though. What is this like? He's painting the apple green? Okay. This is simple. All right. Adam eats the apple. Adam gets smote. Adam gets revived, which we already had. Okay. The devil paints the apple green. Adam eats it again, and he gets smote again. They all die. Okay. So... I see. So, the devil can chop a tree down. Ooh. I don't know what I did there. But there we go. Chops down some trees. Ooh. 666, last straw. Knight imprisons queen. And the music is a bop. Alright. So we gotta see. He sleeps on the throne. Okay, piece of cake. Wedding. He just scares people. Fine. Execute. He stops an execution from happening? Okay, he scares people, fine. And if he's on this side, there's just no execution at all. Okay. This, we know he spray paints the thing. Or he'll laugh at them. And then with this one, he scares people. Or he can kidnap people. Okay. Interesting. So. We need... That does not work. Okay, so he gets scared? Why do we need a wedding? Wait a minute. So what if we pretend like the queen... Yes, and then he takes the throne. Which he can't, because there's no queen. But what if the devil kidnapped the queen? Crown him king. She is released. No. I don't think the knight would release her in this situation either. No, he would. So he does. So then she is upset that he has the crown. She wants him executed, which she can't do. She attempts to kidnap him to take the crown back. Devil... What if they get married? Okay, so they get married, but she resents him. So now neither of them are in prison. And then what if he... Alright, so the devil does nothing with the execution. But okay, but we need him. All right. We need him to imprison the queen, basically. No. What if the devil pretends like he's unalived? Oh, no. Okay. He does not do that. All right. Cool. So there's got to be an execution somewhere as well. That doesn't help either. I mean, this gets the knight in the crown. She resents him, which I think is important. Also, thank you guys for 19k likes. I just noticed. Thank you, thank you. I don't think execution goes there, though. Yeah, because he doesn't... That doesn't work. But if he imprisons her, and he releases her from prison, and they get married, and then she imprisons him. But then the devil won't release him. We don't have another character to release him. And the queen won't let him back down because he usurped the throne, which he's upset about. Obviously, right? So. That doesn't work. Let's go back to the drawing board for a second. What if... What if the devil kidnaps immediately? The knight... Nope. The knight saves the queen. Oh, there's a devil. Okay. They get married? No. So he attempts an execution, and it doesn't work. They get married. The king... He's now the king. The devil convinces him that the queen is dead. Right? And then... Nope. Okay. We don't need the execution, so that's fine. He wouldn't execute the queen then, would he? No, he's happy that she's alive. And that doesn't help us at all. Okay, I don't think that helps. So he's got to be the king. He also has to hate the queen somehow. Right? He legitimately does not care about the throne. Okay, so then they get married. Nobody can kidnap the devil. Okay, good to know. Good to know. The devil holds the blade, which is a good hint. Could be the queen tries to execute but fails. Well, the problem is, so when you do the execute, you have to put somebody in the throne before it opens up this thing, and then that spot becomes available. When we do that, there is no spot available. Like, I can't put anybody over there. So he is not a qualified. If I do that, he still doesn't have the crown, so it doesn't do anything. Unless... if we do... yeah. Okay, give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. 1 second. They get married, right? What if they... try to do something like this. Like he's laying a trap. No. Okay, so yeah, so he leaves his thing there. Interesting. Those hold blade, and right after I had the queen try to execute the knight. Oh, but they love each other now. Because he saved her. And then I improved it. Yes. I think you're right. Okay. So, let's do this from behind. So we need the queen. We can't have the knight there yet. But we need the queen to be executed there. Which means this needs to be where that is set. Okay, and then that means also that this needs to be an execution thing. And then this also needs to be a devil. No, I know. I'm trying to, because in order to get the pitchfork thing to work the way that it's intended, I think he needs to leave the pitchfork, and then he needs to drop the pitchfork. I think that's what that is. So, but then we need... so the devil imprisons the queen. Throne. The devil convinces the knight that the queen is dead, so he takes the throne. The queen... the devil releases... oh no, wait. Devil releases the queen? Or no, he releases the queen. Since the blade is held by the devil, she can't take the... shit. She doesn't have a crown anymore. So we need to have the throne. where she gets the crown back. Okay, how do we... Because she doesn't have the power to execute anybody. She doesn't have the crown. How do we do that? She kidnaps him. Takes the throne. Attempts an execution. Yeah, you're right. We are supposed to be... yeah, we're supposed to be doing an imprisonment thing. You're right. Need to be married somehow in the beginning. Hi, Gary. Welcome back. Yeah, they do. I forgot the wedding is still an option. But yes, this is definitely how we're going to build the animosity. So... we need... they won't get married right off the bat. But if the devil kidnaps the queen and the knight releases the queen, and she gets her crown back, they get married. That works. Right? So then... why would she try to execute him, though? Because then we need the devil to hold the execution thing. She needs to try to execute him, which she won't do because she loves him. Unless... the devil convinces her that somebody wants her dead. No. There's got to be something to do with the queen dying, too. And then... that's got to be the ending. Food's done. Oh, yeah. Save me a plate. Once I'm done with this game, I'll be right there. Okay. Alright, will do. Okay, so... okay. We need... the queen attempts to behead the king. That much we need. These three things have to stay. Okay. We need now... he's heartbroken that she's still alive, which is interesting. If the devil kidnaps the queen, they don't get married. She dies. She doesn't know where the crown went, though. So... and he can't... okay, wait. So he takes the crown, because he thinks she's gone. He releases her. They get married. She wants to execute him. There we go. There we go. Alright, so, the devil kidnaps the queen. The devil convinces the knight that the queen's dead, so that he becomes the king. He finds out she's still alive, releases her, they get married, she has this ploy to end his life. The devil traps the thing, she tries to execute him, he gets angry, and imprisons her. That's all the devil levels. So we are done. I think with the whole game. I think we beat the entire game today. And now we have unlocked Flaming Crown. We did get... There are secret stamps that we can get as well. The original story of Shakespeare with Romeo and Juliet. Werther, the original story of Goth. We got one of these. Which was spookier. Terrified Ghost. So we need now... What we'll do, I will end stream here because we have 4 minutes till 3 hours, which is basically what I wanted to do today anyway. I will end the stream here. We'll come back to this, and I will see what I can do with these secret things. I'll look into them a little bit, see if it's something we can do. But yes, Gary, we're fine with chicken rice. Chicken rice is good. But yeah, because we've got pierced fruit. Adam and Eve get indigested. Queen Mary's dragon. So those are going to be fun as well. But we did it, chat. We beat Storyteller. Other than the secret stamps that we will have to do at some point. Hopefully everybody had a good time. I am going to achievement hunt on this. I love this game so much. So I was so happy to be able to do this again. And we're 75% complete because we need to do the secret stuff. But that's what we'll do, though. Is we'll end the stream today. Tomorrow, I will... I'm undecided if I want to do a Lego stream or if I want to do more Storyteller. I kind of want to do Storyteller. I kind of want to finish it up while we're on the... And I think 3 hours may be enough time to start working on this. Yeah, finish Storyteller? Alright. Might be able to finish Mighty Python here. Monty Python in a bit before everyone joins. Yeah, we can do that if you guys would like. What I'm gonna have to do though... Why is that so loud? So loud. What I'm gonna have to do though is I will start it, and then I'm going to have to go downstairs and do some dishes, so I won't be in the chat for a little bit, because I have some chores I gotta do. But I will stream it for everybody, if you guys would like. But, thank you all for watching, and for being here, and this was awesome. I'm so happy I got to play this again. Tomorrow, Bailey has convinced me, tomorrow we will do more Storyteller, and we'll try to get 100% on this, because... I do want to get the achievements for this. We're going to let this quit for a second, and I will get on Steam so we can see. But there are 2 achievements left, which is we have to make somebody sad. I don't even know who that character is. And then we have to collect all of the stamps. So we still have 2 more achievements we can do. I'm excited. This is going to be awesome. Thanks again, guys, for being here. I'm going to aim for 5 o'clock tomorrow as well, just because I think that's it seemed like a good time today. So I'll see you all then. And thanks for everything, for hanging out, for chatting, for 20,000 likes. Holy shit. Bye.